Hey, what is up, YouTube? This is Merman Master coming at you guys from the Team Time Riders Yugioh video today. This is kind of a part two to Mr. New to Tube's request, and of course, same shout outs exist from last video to the one and only Team OJ Yugioh, as well as to Newport Richie's very own Jonathan Stecker. This video is going to be basically a Six Samurai test hand video. I kind of tried to go into a little bit about what the deck was like in the combo video, but I feel like I didn't really know what kind of combos to profile. Because the thing about this deck is that it's very much sort of go with the flow. Like, there's no combos, your turns don't last forever. In fact, you're only summoning like 2 or 3 cards. And then very occasionally when you get Gateway, are you searching and comboing off. But that's more rare than common, and I prefer actually to run just the Synchros and the XYZs in this deck rather than relying on the brand new Six Samurai Link Monster Battle Shogun, because it just makes it more interesting. Rather than searching Gateway every turn, your opponent's going to want to continue playing against a deck like this. And what is the goal of Yu-Gi-Oh at the end of the day, guys? It's not to win every game you play, but it's to just have as much fun as possible. And that's really what we're trying to do here. Is Six Samurai's got a bad rap from all the Rongo Bongo combos, and we're really trying to change that. So yeah, so we're going to cut this deck here, and now we're going to start doing some test hands. So this is going to be really a video to like showcase to you guys, I guess, some of the different combo plays that you have. As I mentioned, the bread and butter, of course, are your original Six Samurai. So you really want to play these guys as much as possible. And the original Six Samurais are an amazing kind of blast from the past style of card play, because what they do is they're not really their own kind of card. They're very much reliant on the types of cards that you run, and the rest of the deck is made so that you can get the most use out of these guys, and is just full of Six Samurais that special summon themselves and doesn't take a really different approach. So with this hand starting out here, this is a very interesting hand, but it's not the greatest hand. So it really depends on if you're going first or second. But you already see we have a Kageki here and we have a Zanji. So if there's no hand trap, we should be able to resolve these Six Samurai United. And the best way to test that out, of course, is to activate, of course, our Upstart Goblin. So we can activate our Upstart Goblin to draw 1 card from the deck. And look at that. It's great Shogun. I actually really think this Upstart Goblin, for whatever reason, is like a lucky charm, because I always am top decking some really, really good stuff out of it. Decreasing the deck size from 40 to 39 ensures that you're always drawing into different combo pieces, and one nice strong combo piece like this could be the difference between a good board and a great board. So now that we have our combo piece here, let's start. We have Six Samurai Kageki, and we can either special summon the Nisashi or the Zanji. But I'm thinking, since I really like the Nisashi, we're going to keep the Nisashi for later and just special summon the Zanji. Of course, you want to make sure that you're activating your Six Samurai United first, so you're getting those Bushido counters. The important thing is summon 1, summon 2. You can't really do anything with these guys right now if you're not playing the Link Monster. Of course, with the Link Monster, you can search Gateway. But what kind of fun is that? We want to make a consistent deck that people actually enjoy playing against, rather than one that just searches Gateway and tries to combo off as much as possible. What we're going to do is we're going to tribute the Six Samurai United to draw 2 cards from the deck. And that's very, very weird. That has never happened to me before, but 2 more Six Samurai Uniteds is... that's something. But with this hand here, if we're not going into the Link Monster, which the Link Monster would be a good thing to summon off of these guys, so you could ditch the Nisashi and then draw again and keep getting more combo plays. But we're going to special summon the Great Shogun Shan, and we're going to leave it at that. So as you guys can see here, we have multiple combo plays. We'll keep the Six Samurai Uniteds in hand and see what our opponent has to do with that play. But that's it for the first test hand. Want to move on to another test hand. And as I keep trying to say, guys, like the deck is supposed to make you want to play it. You know, no two hands are going to play the same, and you know, purposely cutting the power of what a Six Samurai deck can achieve, I think, can lead to some profound play experiences and challenges against casual opponents. Like if you're a competitive person, you can take this deck and play it in a casual setting and be able to have fun with it, and also be able to give your opponent a fun match who might not have a deck that is super competitive. And as I said, like I've been out of the competitive sphere for quite some time now, and I don't really have too much intention of joining back up, but you know, there's nothing really to it. So this next combo hand is actually also very good because you've got the Six Samurai United for draw power, and you also have Shen Smoke Signal. So Shen Smoke Signal, assuming you don't get Ash Blossom, which would totally shut down this hand, to be honest with you guys, you can search either the Kageki or the what is he called? The Elder of the Six Samurai. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just searching him out of the deck. But since we're making this sort of like a go first hand, you can go first or you can go second in this deck. Either or. We can do that. Cut the deck like that. And this means that we can use the Kageki, special summoning the Kagemusha, and then, of course, synchro summoning off into our Shien. You want to have the Six Samurai United activated at that time so that you can tribute it, drawing 2 more cards off the top of your deck. You could even, some people do say, you could even send the Six Samurai United when you have just these 2 on the field, so that if you were to draw into something like Dojo, like we just did, then you could activate Dojo and get an extra Bushido counter that you wouldn't have off of the Shien. So that's another thing to point out. Of course, we also have the Monster Reborn in our hand as well. So if we wanted to, you know, if we did that play and then we Dojo'd, you get 1 Six Samurai out. You can tribute that, of course, to get out the Fuma, and then synchro summon these 2 into a level 6 and activate the Monster Reborn to revive the Shien. That's also another combo play and avenue that you can take in this deck. Moving on to the next hand. So we're going to try now a go second hand, because going second, I think, is even funner in this deck than going first. You're very much like old-time Six Samurai playing, trying to also OTK in addition to trying to set up a board, which makes it very, very strong. I'm going to cut the deck. And we're going to draw. That's also a really, really good hand. And as, of course, you try to make the deck as consistent as you possibly can, but cool thing about Shen Smoke Signal, it was made way back in the day, and so it doesn't have that once per turn or hard once per turn restriction that so many new cards have these days. But as you guys can see here, this is an instant Shien play because you have the Shen Smoke Signal and the Asceticism. So that means that you can do all of this without a normal summon. This hand also will get you a Trishula or Mistworm, since we have the level 4 Six Samurai Zanji. You could also alternatively use both of these to search out the legendary Six Samurai monsters to go for Shien or whatever, and then normal summon the Zanji, and then use the Asceticism to fetch Kizan out of your deck. So it really all depends on the type of play string that you want to make here and what kind of combos you're playing with, because that will really determine what kind of plays you can actually make. So there's several different options that you have here. Great, you know, second turn access to Trishula and Mistworm. You have access to all sorts of different plays, guys, to be honest with you. And if you were to get out Kizan, you can then use Asceticism to Grandmaster out of your deck. Grandmaster is also, of course, a big play if you want to go for a level 10 synchro. And the best level 10 synchro in here that I'm running is the Junior Dorson Original, Ally of Justice. Let's see if I have him in here. Of Of course, good old Ally of Justice Decisive Armor. Really, really fun level 10 synchro, great against light decks. And just when you summon this, like, it's a blast from the 5Ds past, and nobody, like, most players out right now were not playing, or, you know, were barely old enough to even speak when Ally of Justice Decisive Armor was a side deck and extra deck tech card. So summoning this is just really a blast from the past. Of course, the plays also give you access to good old Naturia Beast and Naturia Barkion. Very, very good cards, especially first turn. But second turn, not really too much. And it really does depend on the deck as to whether or not these guys will be useful. So we're going to do one last test hand. And I'm going to see if we can try and brick ourselves a little bit. There's one thing I am good at, it's bricking myself. You know, that's the only constant in my life, and it just sort of, it likes to happen on bubbles at regionals as well. You know, I'll be doing very, very well, and then either come out against a deck that hard counters mine directly, or I will just brick 2 games in a row and win. But I've also had it happen in my favor as well, so I can't really complain too much about it. Oh, look at that. Wow. What a hand. I almost feel like drawing another hand because this one is just so useful. You got the 2 Shen's Dojos and the 2 search cards here. So even if you get ashed, you still have like a crazy combo play. Let me shuffle this up again. Like, and I don't think I should need to tell you how cool some of those plays actually are. You know, here's a hand that's got Gateway in it, of course, and you got the Kageki and Kagamusha, which means you can get a search. This is a hand that can summon Trishula. This is a hand that, you know, you can grab the Keyzons as well. If you special summon the Shien, you can go for Shien and its synchro, the Synchro monster and the XYZ monster. Nobody runs a fusion because the fusion is freaking awful. Let's see what else we have here. And another slightly interesting hand as well. Still gives us a Shen Smoke Signal as well as the Shogun. But we did get an interesting card, which is Hand of the Six Samurai, which is a non-once per turn activation that allows you, when you control another Six Samurai, to pop 1 monster your opponent controls. This is a grown-up form of Mizuho, who used to be together with Shinai, but we don't run either of those 2 in the deck because it's... they've actually become incredibly good in modern Six Samurai builds. I think they're running 2 apiece in modern Six Samurai builds, but they're part of like some crazy loot that you can do that just completely decimates your opponent. I think it's like a hand loop or something like that, or some kind of crazy loop that just keeps going and going and going. But nobody runs hand, even though she used to be the more run one back in the day. But she's really good for those kinds of effects. And what you can use is the Smoke Signal and, of course, the Six Samurai United to your advantage, depending on, of course, whether you're going first or second. This is a really good play. If you're going first, getting out the hand or whatever, if you want to go for a synchro play. But let's try things out with the Nisashi to sort of close things off. Six Samurai, the Shen Smoke Signal and the Six Samurai United, of course. So we're just going to special summon these 2 and then trigger the Six Samurai United to allow us to get a special summon. Keep hitting the camera stand here. So we'll cut the deck, draw 1, draw 2. Interesting choices. So you guys can see we're getting some of our old guys in here. We've got another copy of Kageki, but we also have the ability to have a live play for Six Samurai Kamon next turn. This is actually a card also recommended by Dark Magic Ian, and is actually really awesome for shutting down floodgates. It can pop any, in exchange for its attack, it can pop any face-up spell or trap cards that your opponent controls. So it can pop 1 of them per turn. And that's really good because there's a lot of floodgates like Rivalry or whatever, I'm just thinking off of the top of my head, like a Gozen match or something like that can really shut down your plays. And for whatever floodgates do come out, it's important to be able to have something like Camon, because even if you're playing casual matches, your opponent will still have impermanence or evenly matched if it's something like that. And, shutting those guys down is very important with like your Shien, but Camon sort of brings up the rear and tries to help you out. Now what we're going to do is special summon the Great Shogun Shen, and what this is going to give us is a nice 2500 beefy body on board to be able to swing in and hopefully clear the way for Nisashi to make a couple of direct attacks. You're not going to OTK with this board, but that's what keeps the duel interesting. So you're not going for the OTK. You're going for a win with 6 samurais, because this is what it is. It's not a Boral Sword or a Boral Load deck. It's a 6 samurai deck, and you want to run the 6 samurais. So guys, that's going to do it for this combo video, test hand video, whatever you guys want to call it. But I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe in the comment section below. And this has been the Mermaid Master, and I'm signing out. Catch you guys next time. Peace.